What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a new crypto update. Today especially we're going to talk about the Bank of Japan Ripple pumping 20% regarding news on the SEC case and the rules that came out. And then obviously we're going to talk about a little bit of the market update and some important info. So today it's going to be a little bit shorter one, but I just want to keep you guys up to date. So I would say let's jump over. And so far, what is new is that BTC bounced back from the 50K level. We have the BTC ETH ETFs saw a massive 6 billion volume during the panic selling and buying. So there's more outflows than inflows on BTC and ETC, right? So we saw that we have more outflows. Then today, Morgan Stanley is letting 15,000 wealth advisors start recommending BTC ETFs. So Morgan Stanley is starting to obviously push and attack people and their customers and closing them into BTC. So you have 15,000 wealth advisors, right? Pitching to their most wealthy customers and to the people out there, the BTC ETF to collect money to get into there. That's actually what they wanted to wait for, obviously, for the markets to drop, because if you are Morgan Stanley, you are a company, you want to make good profits for your customers, obviously you're going to wait until there's a big drop so you can't even lose circumstances, right? The smart people in the markets always look for can't lose circumstances. Very smart from Morgan Stanley to now push out 15,000 sales reps and advisors to push people into the BTC ETF because we are seeing so low prices, right? Stock market is opening strong today. Australia's reverse bank kept rates steady, so no one is changing the rates. Everyone is afraid of what happened with Japan, and obviously historically the bull run starts in September, right? So this month, August, is still going to be very choppy, so be careful. Again, look for can't lose circumstances, which is going to be in September. Now obviously now if we see bullish, and we're going to talk about that on the charts in TA technical analysis, we're going to talk about it in a second. If we find entries, like we have entries now in the value channel, right? We just entered Bitcoin, we just entered ETH, right? We have an open trade on Solana, which is in profit, right? We have an open trade on Jupe, right? So currently Jupe, Bread, Solana, and Ethereum, we are having open trades and they're all in profit. Ethereum we re-entered because we got stopped out and break even. So if you're trading right now in these choppy markets, make sure that you push your break even as soon as possible. Means your stop loss adjusted as soon as possible to break even, right? So last one that is very, very important, the Bank of Japan basically bailed out the stock market, causing a bit to rally, right? So what happened actually with Japan, because many people are insanely confused. So Japan started to raise their rates, right? Because you need to understand that the Japanese yen has been going down for months and months and losing in value and value and value and value. And that is mainly because the economy and many other factors, obviously. But one of the big problems why the whole crash came, the JPY bank crash, is because at the end of the day, you need to understand that many people are lending money, getting money from JPY, switching it over in USD and investing because they have a 0% policy, right? So if I take my money, for example, if I take my credibility in front of a bank and I can go to Japan and say, look, I want to lend money, I want to invest it, I have 0% and I have a payback plan, right? Like on a mortgage or credit, means I can get money from Japan banks for 0 interest, right? And I can invest it, and as long as I make the payment plan, that is amazing, right? So many people were lending a lot of money. Now Japan kept the 0% all the time, but now it went up. They lifted it to 0.25 and everyone went wild, right? They went crazy because obviously a lot of money is used and invested into the markets, right? And then maybe got pushed out or people got scared. And obviously the market just reflects psychology of the collective of the people, and everyone got a little bit afraid and people started to sell off, right? That's why we saw the major surge. So I just want to show you guys here on the indexes so you kind of understand what happened. This is the JPY chart, right? So as you can see over here, we have been just like dropping and dropping basically since 2021, right? Since 2021, we have been in a massive downtrend on JPY, as you can see over here, right? And we're kind of starting to see it breaking, and we saw it break then with the spike, right? So that means at the end of the day, you need to understand, if JPY falls, that means the value of the currency is less, okay? So people then also exchange back their dollars into JPY to then pay off the credits, the money that they've used, and they pay less, right? So for example, if in 2021, right, if I go to a Japanese bank and I've lent, let's say 100,000 dollars, right? So whatever, 100,000. I don't even know how much JPY is to a US dollar, right? We need to check that out. But let's say, I don't know, 500,000 yen, just for example, right? I get $100,000, so I switch it into 100,000 US dollars. Then I invest into crypto, I invest into something else, right? I have 0%. I obviously have to pay monthly a certain amount of money back. But if I would have done that in 2021, the US dollars that I'm making, right, I've lost 36% in value, right? So I'm paying back 36% less after 3 or 4 years. So if I would now make a payment to the Japanese bank because I took money out of their bank I loaned to invest into crypto, into stocks or whatever, right? I'm paying back 36% less because of the devaluation of the currency, right? So it's kind of a smart system how a lot of money was pumped into the market. But then when the Japanese bank or the central bank said they're gonna raise, right, for the first time in I don't know how many years they're gonna raise, because they are just losing currency value, right? And they need to look out for their currency obviously too as well. Then it completely started to surge and went up, right? But that also caused a lot of fear in the market. That's why we saw this flash crash, okay? So that is the reason. Also still now, JPY is pretty high, right? Swiss franc is very, very high. USD is still low. Euro, the main currencies are very low. Whether Australian dollar, JPY, and Swiss franc is very, very high, right? Australian dollar, basically because we had a couple of news today, not really interested in, but in general, you see JPY since years or months is kind of changing. But yeah, they are saying, and that's what I want to show you guys, they are saying today that banks of Japan say no rate hikes as long as the markets are unstable. So they are not going to continue to increase the market rates or the rates on money in general because the market is too unstable. Australia also confirmed. So they're all like, okay, we're not gonna do anything right now because we are just scared that it will impact the market too much, right? So there's a big hold on that. Also, the US came back with a big buy plan on how to, at the end of the day, put money back into the market. So the Bank of Japan announced we won't raise the rates when the market is unstable. Furthermore, we have several key indicators, which one of them is very important, is that at the end of the day, USA came back with a buyback schedule, right? So as you can see, they are printing more money to buy back the markets, put money, liquidity support. As you can see here, liquidity support, cash management, liquidity support. So they are putting more liquidity into the market. Now, if this money is printed, this money goes somewhere, this money will end up in the market. So they are pushing the markets, postponing the financial crisis and supporting, right? That's what they always do. I mean, one day it will all crash hardcore, but for now that is good for us. Why? Because this money is going to land where? In crypto, right? So the money is going to go somewhere. It's going to push the market. So that is amazing for us. On the other side, what is very, very important right now is that Ripple, right? Judge finds Ripple 125M, bans future security law violations in long-running SEC case. So it looks like Ripple has overcome the long-lasting SEC violation and violation case, right? Basically, so a federal judge imposed 125 million. That's institutionalized XRP violated federal security laws. The judge reiterated her view that Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP to retail clients through exchange did not violate federal security laws, right? So that is a very big win for Ripple. Obviously, what we saw happening is Ripple completely going wild. Now, just very quickly to finish the JPY talks over here, we're gonna see a re-entry and see where it's going, right? Let's see. I don't see that JPY is gonna switch over in the next couple. I think it's very bullish now, and we still have a lot of upside. So be careful with any trades on JPY. And then obviously Swiss franc, we just talked about, very important. Swiss franc is going up perfectly fine. We have the Australian dollar still, I don't know, just like being where it is, not doing anything. And dollar is kind of gaining strength. So I'm having a couple of trades. And also remember that if the Dixie is up, crypto is down, right? So now with dollar going up also means more sell pressure on, on crypto, okay? Now, the very important thing about Ripple that we just talked about is that we have a 20% up, right? So that is amazing. Let me just switch to crypto over here and to Ripple. There we go. So we are having we are on a trade in Ripple, right? That opened a couple of days ago, which was kind of in a very bad spot. But I believe in the fundamentals of Ripple really going up and pushing now and breaking out of this long ass like downtrend over years and years and years, right? So this is something why I opened this trade with low leverage, 2x leverage or something. So nothing big, but there's a 114% to gain and 36% to lose. And obviously that's a risk reward of 3.14. So I'd rather take the trade, right? Now we came back, we reacted bullish, came back. I want to see that activation over here, right? I want to see it activate, re-enter, increase my position, increase leverage, take it up, maybe increase leverage again when it comes down, and then really take it to the take profit, right? And while that, moving my stop loss into new levels, so we are out in profit. That's how I normally build up these positions, right? I can always adjust the leverage, right? So if the price is over here, I can move stop loss to break even, adjust leverage to, let's say, from 2 to 10x, right? And then this move I take in a 10x leverage, not in a 2x leverage as before, right? Then it comes back, then I re-enter and I adjust my leverage to, let's say, for example, 20x, right? Then the next move I take with a 20x leverage. If the market comes down, it just hits my stop loss and I'm out, you know? So that's how I built these positions. Yeah, that's the smartest way you can do it without being overexposed with leverage, okay? Because leverage is what destroys most of the accounts. So on the chart, we still have Bitcoin, and that's something that is kind of like, you know, contradictory in the sense of what I'm saying, in the sense of where I see the market going. We are seeing these corrections, but I still want Bitcoin to go to the 44,000, which I still think we're still going to see. So far, we have been right with every little prediction on the long-term market that we did since 1 year, right? I'm doing these updates since 1 year, I trade since 7 years, but every little prediction, if you go back, they all came true. And that is amazing, right? So we are definitely having a lot of confidence in the market. This is the Solana trade. It is a little bit in profit, stop loss, break even. We are in a bearish reaction level. That's why I sold 50% of the position, perfectly timed the market. Then we dropped a little bit over here, 8%, right? And now I'm just waiting to see what the market is doing, okay? And now we have Ethereum. Ethereum I just re-entered. So if you want to look into Ethereum, trade Ethereum. Oh no, now I moved the whole chart. Okay, yeah. Let me just switch this. Okay, so Ethereum at the end of the day is in a buying zone, right? If you want to check it out. And besides that, guys, there's nothing interesting right now. I just again wanted to give you guys a little update. Ripple main news, Bank of JPY. Now you guys understand. We are in a couple of trades with low leverage, and we're just gonna look to survive August, and then September is gonna be wild, right? Besides that, meme coins are correcting, meme coins are coming up again, everything is coming up again. But again, as always said, August is gonna be a very choppy, a very difficult market. But in general, guys, we are doing very well. Still, we took a couple of good profits beginning of the month, right? And then if we don't F it up, we're gonna go positive out of this month too. So with that being said, guys, make sure to follow, like, comment. If you have any questions, let me know. Join the Value channel for free, get free trade ideas, the whole knowledge, input and everything. And besides that, see you in the next